This week we have bite-sized episodes on what our diarists think of the UK government's response to COVID-19, starting with communication and trust.
I think there's some massive uncertainty in society at the moment.
We've definitely fallen into a place of not knowing, of confusion.
A lot of it is left to our self-judgment. It's really ambiguous. It's really kind of left for us to navigate and muddle through.
I was thinking, what does this state alert mean? My slight worry is that it can be defined and interpreted in a lot of different ways.
Not wanting to live in like a nanny state, but there needs to be some specific guidelines of what we can do, because there's so many mixed messages. Like, I can have a clean around here, but I can't see my family or my friends. What's all that about?
So the recent messages haven't been so strong. The leadership has been a little bit indecisive in what they're trying to say to people.
People want some reassurance, and our current government isn't giving that. And that's their job.
My fear is that it will cause more stress and pressure for frontline services.
Initially, at least they were clear. At least we knew what we were supposed to do. Now, we actually have no idea. Be alert is completely meaningless. It's like telling children to behave. Behave doesn't mean anything. Be alert doesn't mean anything. You can't see the virus. What are you being alert to?
We're going through a global public health crisis, and some people are frightened, some people are stressed.
It just stresses me out.
Could this lack of clarity be impacting community spirit and creating divisions across society?
There was a lot of community compassion and care and kind of, this British, we're in this together. And I don't know about you, but I kind of feel like we see that is crumbling around us all the time. And I suspect that part of that is because of government.
It kind of turns us against each other rather than actually asking the bigger questions in terms of what the hell is the government doing.
Within families, one partner's thinking one thing, another partner's thinking another. Parents are thinking one thing, children are thinking another. Teenagers are thinking a third thing. So I think it is actually just causing problems.
We disagree on absolutely everything, so how you pick and choose out of this lot, I just don't know.
You can see that the kind of unity of the people is crumbling, and actually that we aren't on a level playing field.
And I think they're putting the onus onto the public. I mean, their message at the moment is use your common sense. How vague is that?
And then what that results in is kind of blaming each other. Oh, my neighbour had people sat in the garden.
However you want to refer to the United Kingdom, the disunited kingdom as a whole.
I mean, it speaks volumes that Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales are still telling the people to stay at home, which is a disparity.
Our four great nations are divided.
Our diarists crave honesty, clarity and accountability.
And it's just a means for the government to push responsibility back onto the public and not take responsibility itself.
I want to see a government that's accountable for their actions, because at the moment, this government isn't. They say one thing, they do another, but they don't get into trouble for some of the stuff that they've done.
There is no accountability, and one thing which was really missing for me on Sunday night, which is something which is really close to my heart. True leadership, for me personally, means being able to admit mistakes and also being able to say, I'm sorry. And it is a shame that the Prime Minister has not been courageous enough to actually acknowledge that he and his government have failed in a lot of different ways.
I think people are beginning to trust the government less. Feels like they don't really know what they're doing. It definitely feels like we're not being told the truth, or things are being spun. Which is not what we need at this time.
It's more like propaganda in many cases.
They just repeat the same thing pretty much every day, apart from the charts which go up and down.
Feeling like I'm being told half-truths, feeling like I don't really know what's happening.
The government lie. Every time they do an update, they backtrack, so they go against what they were saying. They're now saying things that they definitely didn't say in the beginning.
In our next episode, we find out what our diarists think of the government's decisions and policies, from first response to lockdown to furlough.
I think I would not want to be making those decisions myself, and I kind of have empathy for them because they're really tough decisions to have to make.
And I wanted to throw a shoe at the TV and I didn't even have any shoes on.